Did you know that the breakfast you eat after age 60 could silently speed up memory loss, raise your risk of stroke, and even accelerate aging without you feeling a single warning sign? Most seniors begin their mornings believing they're making harmless choices. A muffin here, a quick bowl of cereal there, maybe just a cup of coffee to get going. But researchers from major U.S. medical centers have uncovered a shocking truth. The wrong breakfast, just twice a week, can disrupt brain function, spike inflammation, and undermine your heart health far more than most older adults realize. And here's the part no one talks about. Millions of seniors across America are unknowingly starting their day with foods that create the perfect storm for fatigue, joint pain, high blood pressure, and dangerous blood sugar swings. Yet those same mornings could just as easily become the foundation for sharper memory, steadier energy, and stronger muscles, if the right foods are chosen instead. Today, we're going to expose the 4 worst breakfasts that adults over 60 should never touch, followed by the 4 best morning meals that protect your heart, fuel your brain, and help you stay independent longer. Every insight is grounded in science and real medical experience. So let's begin, because your morning choices may be shaping your future more than you think. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Part 1. 4 worst breakfasts to avoid after 60. Worst breakfast number 1. Morning pastries. For many older Americans, a warm muffin or a soft cinnamon roll feels like a gentle way to start the day. Sweet, comforting, and easy to eat. Yet behind that pleasant taste lies a danger most seniors never see coming. Morning pastries are built almost entirely from refined flour, added sugars, and processed fats. The moment you take a bite, your blood sugar surges sharply, forcing your pancreas to release a rush of insulin. For a 65 or 70-year-old whose metabolism has already slowed, this sudden spike is harder to control. According to endocrinologists from the Mayo Clinic, seniors experience wider blood sugar swings than younger adults, which increases the risk of dizziness, fatigue, blurry vision, and even small, silent strokes that often go unnoticed. Worse still, pastries contain a type of fat that cardiologists warn about: industrial trans fats and highly oxidized oils. These fats slip into the bloodstream, ignite inflammation, and stiffen arteries, exactly the conditions that make heart attacks and memory decline more likely after age 60. Imagine someone like Linda, a 72-year-old retiree in Ohio who believed a blueberry muffin from her favorite cafe was better than skipping breakfast. Yet she often noticed her hands trembling by mid-morning and felt unusually foggy during conversations. Her doctor later explained that her daily pastry was causing rapid sugar crashes that mimicked early cognitive decline. Many seniors face the same pattern without realizing where it begins. Even the pastries labeled whole grain, reduced sugar, or low fat often hide the same problems: additives, sweeteners, and ultra-processed ingredients that make inflammation worse and strain a heart that has already worked hard for decades. The danger is subtle, quiet, and cumulative, exactly why so many older adults overlook it until real damage appears. And if a simple muffin can cause this much harm, wait until you see the next common breakfast that misleads millions of seniors every morning. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. Worst breakfast number 2. Sugary cereals. For many seniors, sugary cereals feel like the easiest way to begin the day. Quick, familiar, and comforting, especially for those who grew up seeing bright cereal boxes lined up in American kitchens. But what most older adults don't realize is that these cereals are engineered to taste good while silently overwhelming the body with sugar. Nutrition researchers at Harvard have shown that a single bowl of popular breakfast cereals can contain more sugar than a donut, and when eaten on an empty stomach, that sugar enters the bloodstream almost instantly. For someone over 60, whose insulin response is slower and less efficient, this sudden rush forces the pancreas to work harder than ever, creating a dangerous roller coaster. A sharp spike in blood glucose, followed by a crushing crash that leaves you shaky, tired, and mentally foggy. Doctors who specialize in geriatric metabolism warn that these repeated sugar surges damage blood vessels in the brain, contributing to memory problems that many seniors mistakenly attribute to aging. Think of Martin, a 68-year-old widower in Florida who started relying on cereal because it was easy for one person. Every morning he felt alert for an hour, only to slow down soon after, hands cold, thoughts sluggish, and hunger returning far too quickly. His physician later explained that his daily cereal habit was mimicking early diabetic symptoms and placing strain on both his heart and his cognitive function. The worst part is that cereal companies often market these products as healthy, adding phrases like whole grain, fortified, or heart-friendly. But these labels hide the reality. Extremely low protein, almost no fiber, and sugar levels that fuel inflammation throughout the body. Over time, this kind of breakfast chips away at your energy, weakens your muscles, and increases the risk of metabolic disease, silently, steadily, and often unnoticed until it's far too late. And if sugary cereal can do this much harm, the next breakfast mistake is even more surprising, because many seniors believe it's harmless, when in truth, it may be one of the most damaging habits of all. Worst breakfast number 3. Coffee-only breakfast. For countless older Americans, starting the day with nothing but a cup of coffee feels normal, almost routine. It's quick, it's familiar, and after years of early work mornings, many seniors believe a strong cup of coffee is enough to get them going. But doctors who work with aging adults warn that skipping food and relying solely on caffeine is one of the most dangerous breakfast habits after 60. When the body wakes up, it needs steady fuel to stabilize blood sugar, protect muscle tissue, and support the brain. Instead, caffeine triggers a surge of cortisol, the stress hormone, which pushes your body into a temporary state of alertness while masking the fact that you're running on empty. For seniors, this stress response hits harder because the body's resilience naturally declines with age. Geriatric nutritionists explain that without protein or fiber in the morning, the brain becomes more vulnerable to fatigue, irritability, and memory lapses. Coffee alone can also irritate the stomach lining, increasing acid levels that cause burning discomfort, bloating, and nausea. Many seniors assume these symptoms are just age, but the real culprit is the habit itself. Consider Evelyn, a 74-year-old grandmother from Arizona, who believed that a cup of black coffee was enough to start her day. Most mornings, she felt lightheaded whenever she stood up, and sometimes her hands trembled slightly. She blamed it on getting older until her doctor told her that going 14 to 16 hours without food was forcing her body to break down muscle for energy, accelerating the very weakness she feared. Even more unsettling, long-term fasting paired with caffeine increases the risk of falls, heart rhythm fluctuations, and sudden drops in blood pressure. Issues that can quietly snowball into serious health emergencies. And because coffee suppresses appetite, many seniors don't feel hungry until late morning, long after their brain and muscles have started running on fumes. But if skipping breakfast in favor of coffee is this harmful, the next breakfast mistake is even more alarming, because it's the one that nearly every senior recognizes, yet few realize just how dangerous it truly is. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. Worst breakfast number 4. Bacon, sausage, and hash browns. Across America, this classic diner-style breakfast feels almost nostalgic. Crispy bacon, sizzling sausage, and a golden pile of hash browns. Many seniors grew up with it, and for some, it represents comfort and tradition. But doctors who specialize in cardiology and geriatric health warn that this combination is one of the most dangerous ways a person over 60 can start their morning. Processed meats like bacon and sausage are loaded with sodium nitrates and saturated fats that immediately place stress on aging arteries. When these fats enter the bloodstream, they thicken and stiffen vessel walls, raising blood pressure and accelerating plaque buildup. For older adults whose arteries naturally become less flexible with age, this creates the perfect storm for heart attacks and strokes. Hash browns only make the situation worse. Most restaurant and frozen varieties are fried in reused industrial oils that contain oxidized compounds known to increase inflammation. This type of inflammation is linked directly to joint pain, memory decline, and metabolic disease, conditions that already affect many seniors. Geriatric nutrition experts emphasize that the combination of heavy salt, processed fat, and fried carbohydrates can trigger a rapid rise in blood sugar followed by a sharp crash, leaving you tired, shaky, and mentally sluggish before the day has even begun. Think of Frank, a 76-year-old retired truck driver from Michigan. Every Sunday, he treated himself to a big diner breakfast, believing it kept him full and energized. Yet, by early afternoon, he often felt pressure in his chest and shortness of breath. After a minor cardiac episode, his doctor explained that his favorite breakfast was silently pushing his heart past its limits, each plate acting like another weight on already strained arteries. The scariest part is how quietly the damage builds. No warning signs, no obvious symptoms, just years of small push after small push until the body can no longer keep up. And if these 4 breakfasts can cause such deep harm, the good news is this: the right morning foods can do the exact opposite, healing, strengthening, and protecting your body in ways most seniors never imagine. Part 2. 4 best breakfasts people over 60 should eat every day. Best breakfast number 1, Greek yogurt, berries, and a handful of nuts. For seniors looking to protect their energy, memory, and heart health, this simple breakfast is far more powerful than it appears. Greek yogurt provides a concentrated source of high-quality protein, exactly what adults over 60 need to maintain muscle strength and prevent age-related muscle loss. Geriatric nutritionists explain that protein at breakfast is especially important because it stabilizes blood sugar early in the day, helping prevent the mid-morning fatigue, shakiness, and irritability that so many older Americans mistake for just getting older. The probiotics in Greek yogurt also support gut health, something doctors now understand is closely tied to immunity, digestion, and even cognitive function. When paired with berries, the benefits multiply. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries contain high levels of anthocyanins, natural antioxidants shown in studies from the National Institute on Aging to improve memory and reduce inflammation in the brain. These antioxidants act like tiny shields, protecting aging cells from the slow rusting process that contributes to cognitive decline. For seniors with a family history of dementia or cardiovascular disease, this matters more than most people realize. Adding a small handful of nuts, walnuts, almonds, or pecans brings in healthy fats that nourish the heart, reduce joint stiffness, and keep you full for hours. Consider Helen, a 71-year-old retired teacher from North Carolina who often struggled with energy crashes before noon. After switching her sugary cereal to a bowl of Greek yogurt with berries and walnuts, she noticed her mind stayed sharper during her morning walks, and her doctor was pleased to see her blood sugar levels stabilize within just a few weeks. This is the kind of breakfast that quietly supports longevity, gentle on digestion, rich in nutrients, and steady in its energy. But as impressive as it is, the next breakfast option offers an even deeper level of protection for your heart and your cholesterol levels, something every senior should hear. Best breakfast number 2, oatmeal. Whole oats, not instant packets. For seniors across America, a warm bowl of oatmeal can be much more than a simple breakfast. It can be a daily act of protection for the heart, brain, and blood vessels. But the real benefits only come from whole oats like steel-cut or old-fashioned oats, not the flavored instant packets filled with sugar and processed additives. Cardiologists from the Cleveland Clinic often remind older patients that whole oats contain a unique type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber forms a gentle gel inside the digestive tract, helping lower LDL cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and prevent the sudden energy crashes that many seniors experience mid-morning. For adults over 60, whose cardiovascular and metabolic systems naturally become more sensitive, this steadying effect is invaluable. Oatmeal is also rich in magnesium and antioxidants that calm inflammation, something that plays a direct role in protecting joints, supporting circulation, and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Researchers studying aging have even found that seniors who eat whole oats regularly tend to maintain clearer thinking and better concentration throughout the day. The slow-release carbohydrates in oats feed the brain gradually instead of overwhelming it with sugar, allowing for smoother, more stable cognitive function. Consider George, a 69-year-old Vietnam veteran from Indiana who often struggled with high cholesterol and morning fatigue. He switched his usual sausage and toast breakfast to a bowl of steel-cut oats topped with cinnamon and a few slices of banana. Within 2 months, his cholesterol improved, his energy felt steadier, and he noticed he no longer needed a late morning nap. His doctor told him that this simple change had done more for his arteries than he realized. Oatmeal may seem humble, but for seniors, it is one of the most protective breakfasts you can choose. And yet, the next option brings an even more remarkable benefit, fueling the brain with a nutrient that many older adults are unknowingly deficient in. Best breakfast number 3, eggs and leafy greens. For seniors striving to maintain strength, mental clarity, and steady energy, few breakfasts are as valuable as a simple plate of eggs paired with leafy greens. Doctors who work with aging adults often highlight eggs as one of the most complete foods for older bodies, rich in high-quality protein, essential amino acids, and especially choline, a nutrient that supports memory, nerve function, and overall brain health. After age 60, choline becomes even more important because the brain's natural stores begin to decline, and low levels are linked to increased forgetfulness and slower cognitive processing. Starting the morning with eggs gives the brain exactly what it needs to stay sharp and focused. When eggs are combined with spinach, kale, or sautéed mixed greens, the benefits expand dramatically. Leafy greens deliver vitamins A, C, and K, along with minerals like folate and potassium, which improve circulation and help stabilize blood pressure. Two critical concerns for older adults. These greens also contain antioxidants that reduce inflammation in the joints and support eye health, protecting against age-related vision decline. Geriatric dietitians often recommend this combination because it's gentle on digestion, yet rich enough to sustain energy throughout the morning without causing blood sugar spikes. Take Marjorie, a 73-year-old retired librarian from Oregon. For years, she started her day with toast and jam, only to feel exhausted by mid-morning. After her doctor suggested swapping to scrambled eggs with spinach and a few cherry tomatoes, she felt a noticeable shift. Her mind felt clearer during her daily crossword puzzles, and her afternoon walks became easier as her energy stayed steady. Her cholesterol numbers even improved, surprising her more than anyone. A breakfast like this isn't flashy, but it's deeply restorative, fueling the brain, protecting the heart, and supporting the body in ways many seniors underestimate. And yet, the next breakfast choice delivers a level of nourishment that goes even further, especially for those concerned about long-term heart and brain protection. Best breakfast number 4: whole grain toast, avocado, and smoked salmon or trout. Among all the breakfast choices available to seniors, this combination stands out as one of the most protective meals for the heart, brain, and overall vitality. Whole grain toast provides steady, slow-burning energy, something older adults desperately need as natural glucose regulation becomes less efficient with age. Its rich fiber content helps manage cholesterol and supports healthy digestion, preventing the bloating and sluggishness many seniors experience after traditional breakfast. When you layer on avocado, the meal becomes even more restorative. Avocado is packed with monounsaturated fats that cardiologists often call artery-friendly because they help reduce inflammation and improve blood flow. For someone over 60, these fats support both brain function and joint mobility, two areas where aging tends to leave its mark. But the true powerhouse in this breakfast is the smoked salmon or trout. These fish deliver some of the highest levels of EPA and DHA, omega-3 fatty acids, strongly linked to improved memory, smoother circulation, and reduced risk of heart disease. Neurologists emphasize that omega-3s help maintain the structural integrity of brain cells, making them crucial for seniors concerned about cognitive decline. And because salmon and trout are rich in high-quality protein, they also support muscle strength, helping prevent the gradual weakening that often leads to falls and loss of independence. Consider Robert, a 75-year-old retired firefighter from Minnesota. After years of grabbing bacon and toast at his local diner, he switched to whole grain toast with avocado and smoked salmon on the advice of his cardiologist. Within weeks, he noticed his morning stiffness easing, his energy lasting longer, and his mind feeling clearer during his volunteer shifts at the community center. His doctor later told him that this breakfast was one of the best gifts he could give his heart. And while this meal may feel simple, the impact is profound, especially when you see how all 4 of these healthy breakfasts come together to shape a stronger, sharper, longer life. The power of choosing the right breakfast after 60. When you step back and look at the 4 best breakfasts compared to the 4 worst, the truth becomes unmistakably clear. The first meal of your day is far more powerful than most seniors realize. After age 60, your heart, brain, muscles, and metabolism become more sensitive to every choice you make in the morning. A sugary pastry, a bowl of processed cereal, or a plate of bacon and hash browns may feel comforting, but they quietly work against the body, fueling inflammation, spiking blood sugar, and accelerating the very decline so many older adults fear. These foods don't cause instant damage. Instead, they chip away slowly, silently, and consistently. But the right breakfasts do the opposite. A bowl of Greek yogurt with berries strengthens memory, supports digestion, and keeps your energy steady. Whole oats protect your arteries and stabilize glucose better than almost any other grain. Eggs with leafy greens feed the brain essential nutrients that sharpen focus and improve balance. And whole grain toast with avocado and smoked salmon delivers the anti-inflammatory fats that cardiologists say can add years, real, quality years, to your life. These aren't trends or fancy diets. They are simple, practical choices grounded in decades of research from doctors who work directly with aging adults. And the best part is this: you don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle. You just need to replace one harmful breakfast with one healing one. Over weeks and months, those choices build into a body that feels stronger, a mind that stays clearer, and a future where you can live independently with confidence. Because when you start your morning right, everything that follows becomes stronger, steadier, and healthier. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.